Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda and today we're going to be working on two designs of two-tiered trays using supplies from Dollar Tree. Now I know what you're thinking. I've seen a ton of videos doing two-tiered trays using supplies from Dollar Tree. Say that 10 times fast. It took me about 4 outtakes to get to this one. Anyway, I have two and I wanted to kind of stray away from the usual plates and bowls and oven burner covers and the candlestick holders in the center, which I love because whoever thought of that, you're a genius, and they are super cute designs. But I just wanted to find some other items that I could use. So the two designs today, one is going to be it's pretty basic, but it's white. It'll be distressed, all great for farmhouse. The next one, pretty basic as well, but it's all black and it has a little element in the center of the two trays that I think adds a fun design to this. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So for this first tray, you're going to need these 4 pieces from Dollar Tree, and what I liked about these home decor pieces here is I like the shape of them. They looked real sturdy and they didn't have an overlay of paper on the top like a lot of their home decor pieces do. It was all painted except for the wood heart, and it's about 11 inches long and about 7 inches tall, and I'm using this painter's palette knife because it's really thin and I can just slowly work it back and forth to kind of slide that heart off without too much damage to the tray itself. It takes a little bit of effort, but you can get it off without making too much of a hole on those tops of those trays there. And once that's done, of course, you're going to need to remove the hangers off both of those. And then of course the sticky. I started to try and remove the sticky before, but Dollar Tree stickers, they are sticky. So I'm using my heat tool. You can use like a hair dryer and it kind of softens it up and peels it off a lot better. And of course later I'll go back in and I'll kind of sand that sticky off, as well as sand the areas where I remove the hearts. So for this, when I was in Dollar Tree, I saw these, and what I liked was the base, and I thought that could be used for the center of our tray. And I noticed one of them, this top portion came out real easy, and I thought, well, if I can slide something thin in there, I can pop it out like I just did. This is the one I saw in the store, and it came out like that in the store, which gave me the idea. So there comes our middle portion of the tray. And what I liked about them too is they were about 9 or 10 inches tall, I believe, so it gave us a lot of space in between the two trays for taller items. So here I am sanding the areas I mentioned earlier, and then I'm also going to sand on those 2 blocks. I need to sand the word off. I end up sanding more off camera because I need to get down to more natural wood, but you know, you need to get all the glitter off, because I'm going to be using a wood glue. Now if you're using like E6000, you can sand about as much as I'm doing right here. So I need to fill in this space, and I decided I would go ahead and add like a popsicle stick in the center so that I don't have to use as much wood filler. And this is Elmer's wood filler glue. I got mine at Dollar Tree probably about 6 months ago, so I don't know if all stores have them, but mine did. Once you get that all filled in, and then once it dries, then you go ahead and sand that all down nice and smooth, just like this right here. And now I'm going to be using this burnt umber apple barrel brown paint, and I'm going to paint my pieces. I'm painting all but the side with the word, although I should have also, I didn't think about, not have painted the ends, because later on you'll see really quickly how my ends were all sanded, because I needed to sand them anyway, because I need, again, to have that bare wood exposed. Now if you're using like E6000, you just don't have to worry about that. But the wood glue works better when you're on actual wood as much as possible. So here I am kind of spreading the glue on. Put that together, and then I'm going to clamp it for about an hour so that wood glue is nice and set. And now I'm marking on the inside of one tray where I'm going to put this piece, and then the underneath of this other tray, and then I end up sanding where I'm marking it. I have to sand that off camera. so that the wood glue will stick there. So I sand it better off camera. I just show you a little bit here. Okay, there's where I ended up sanding those ends, and then get this on there, wood glued down. And then once it's all set, again, I think I waited maybe about 2 hours this time to make sure it was all nice and set, and then I end up spray painting it. And I use this Rust-Oleum Ultra Matte spray paint. It's really nice because you get a really nice chalky appearance. 2 coats, and here it is all completed. And so I'm taking my 80 grit sandpaper again, and I'm just distressing along all the sharp edges just to give it more of a farmhouse look. Now this tray is very basic, very plain, but you'll see, or you saw at the beginning when I showed the pictures, it still looks really pretty with the supplies and stuff on the top with all the little accents and home decor pieces. So for tray number 2, you're going to need this piggy bank from Dollar Tree. You're going to need this wood craft piece and 2 rectangle charger plates. And then I had this wood square in my stash, got it on sale years ago for 59 cents. But you could do like Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree and glue them together and make your own square. We're going to start with this piggy bank. I'm going to take the back off and the paper out of there. I'm going to use that as my template and use a piece of scrapbook paper from my supply. And then, of course, trace it to the same size as this paper here. I'm going to end up using my die cut machine later, but I do show you a couple of options here in a minute what you could use, because I want to add a quote to this paper or to the outside of the glass, but I end up putting it on the paper instead. But what you could use are like stickers or wood words. I'll show you that in a minute. First, what we're going to do is take off this quote off of the glass here, and I just put a glove on because I didn't want the nail polish remover that I'm using to, you know, be stinky on my hands. And it just takes a second with this cotton ball to just kind of let it soak for a tiny, and then just rubs right off. And once you get all of this off, of course, you want to dry it really well. And then it looks all nice and pretty and smooth, just like that. Making sure my paper fits here. So here comes the stickers I was thinking would look cute on here from Dollar Tree, or the Woodward. The stickers you could put on the paper or on the glass, and the Woodward, even though it's bigger, would look cute hanging off the ends. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this glass off a little bit because I'm going to be painting all my pieces with spray paint, Rust-Oleum, in a matte black. And then I'm going to start on my quote here. I'm going to use this Arteza vinyl and Arteza transfer tape. I did a review on this in my last video. I'll put the link down below for you if you're interested, and I will also have the links to these products if you would like to purchase them down below. So I sewed this paper off camera, and then here's my vinyl all nice and cut. It's a little bit hard for me on this vinyl to kind of remove it. It's usually not that hard, but I need to change my blade, but it removes beautifully. The vinyl is great. It's thick. This transfer tape is awesome. I love it. I love the thickness of it. I love the lines on it. Makes everything nice and straight, no guesswork. The tool comes with the transfer tape. It is a pleasure working with this vinyl and transfer tape. And once I change my blade, that vinyl is going to be even better. So I'm removing the tape off the front of the glass here, of course. I've got everything all painted up, and then I've got to remove the excess spray from spray painting here. Get it all nice and pretty. Get my design inside. I love the way that looks. Place my back on, and this piece is done. So I'm going to start gluing everything together. I've got my marks here already. I did that off camera where I want to place everything. I'm going to use E6000 glue. I would suggest, I'm going to measure everything up here first on this one piece. I would suggest when you go to glue these that you kind of just glue one thing at a time, let it set. Because what I tried to do on this bottom here is glue the square piece on and the base on at the same time, and everything kept sliding. E6000 glue, until it sets for about an hour, it can slide. A little goes a long way because it leaks out really bad. But this is what I shouldn't have done. I should have let that first piece set up and then come back and glue this bottom piece on so that I could flip it back and forth. So I learned my lesson when I went to do the middle piece. I glued just the bottom of this little piggy bank on first, let that set up, and then so that I could glue the top, I could turn my tray over and be able to see my markings and know where to glue it. So just a little tip for you. It does take a little longer, but just glue one side at a time. So everything's set in about an hour, but it takes E6000 about 24 hours to fully cure. And then I'll just show you just before it's all even dry, just kind of tip it up, kind of show you it from a glance. And now we're going to see the final results. So this first tray cost me $4 just for the tray itself. Now the little cute ceramic home, those ceramic houses and the candles, all the greenery, all of it came from Dollar Tree, but I already had it in my stash. And then this piece is something I made for a design team project for reneebouquets.com. I can have that link for you in case you missed it. But I used the same pieces on both trays so that you can see, even with the same pieces, the trays look different. Of course, it looks totally different. And it turned out the second tray was more my favorite because I was actually going to sell that one and decided I'm keeping that. But this is really cute, totally farmhouse. I love all the space in between. You could add taller pieces, as I mentioned earlier. So this one costs $4.59 for the tray itself. These wood hearts I got from Dollar Tree. I'm sorry I lost the footage because I did record it, but I went ahead and I had taken the back off. I wanted a little something more in that little center piggy bank area. So I took it off and added one of those little wood hearts. Super cute. So I love how these turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. If you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out quite a bit. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. I post all sorts of DIY and craft related videos. I'll have all the links down below to my social media. Please come follow me there on Instagram, Pinterest, and my blog. And again, I'll have the links to the Arteza product I use if you're interested in those. Isn't this cute? I love it. Oh, I love it. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.